And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Ken Jennings.
Welcome to Jeopardy! We've learned that our new champion, Davey Morrison, is quite resilient. He told us yesterday that he once escaped quicksand, and in yesterday's game, he evaded all the snares of Jeopardy defeat, coming from behind in Final Jeopardy to best a 3-game champion. Let's see what happens today as we welcome his new challengers, Krista and Phil, and get right to work in the Jeopardy round. Here are your categories, players. Facts about World War I up first. Then, they come in pairs. Words in a Dickens title. Then we're putting the T in TV. We have science, missed it by that much. And finally, a little game of rock, paper, scissors. Davey, you start us off.
Dickens 800.
Dickens 800.
As a verb, it can mean to sing joyously, perhaps at holiday time. Davey.
What's a carol?
What's a kill?
Carol, yes.
Dickens 1000.
1000.
This type of secret cult religion in the ancient Greco-Roman world offered unique experiences, unlike those in the standard faiths. Phil.
What is pagan?
I'm sorry, no. Davey or Krista?
No, not pagan.
That would be a mystery. As in
Mystery,
mystery of Edwin
okay.
Drood. Davey, back to you.
Dickens 6.
Dickens with 600.
Answer.
Oh, the daily double.
We've seen 2 clues in that category, and you 3 have gone 1 for 2, Davey. You can wager up to 1,000.
Let's do
Let's
1,000.
bet 1,000,
Here's your clue
please.
in words in a Dickens title. Type of fund that invests in diversified securities.
What's
Expectations?
Sorry, no. A mutual fund. as in
Mutual
our
fund.
mutual friend.
Oh,
All right, you're in the right
okay,
as well, but select again.
Dickens 400.
Dickens with 400.
It's said to have finished off the nosy feline. Davey.
What's curiosity?
Curiosity shop,
Dickens
yeah.
with 200.
Dickens 200.
To wrench an ankle. Ouch. Phil.
What is to sprain?
No. Davey or Krista?
Not sprained.
Not Oliver Sprain, but Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist.
Davey, back to you.
Okay.
TV 200.
TV for 200.
Emeril Lagasse and Wolfgang Puck have served as judges on this competition that's been cooking since 2006. Krista.
What is Top Chef?
Correct.
T and TV for 400.
From 1993 to 2001, Chuck Norris was Walker this.
What's Texas Ranger?
What's Texas Ranger?
Yeah.
Was.
TV 6.
Tinky Winky,
TV for 600.
Dixie, Lala, and Poe were the
What
big four on this
Teletubbies? What a
BBC kid show
Teletubbies?
that opened with a creepy baby face in the rising sun.
What Teletubbies?
What's
You don't know the answer. It was
Teletubbies.
Yeah, the nick
Teletubbies.
of time,
Oh,
yeah.
you got it. Yeah.
TV 8.
It preceded the Sarah
for
Connor
800.
Chronicles and the title of a sci-fi series. Davey?
What's Terminator?
Correct.
TV for
TV
1000.
1000.
Its 8th and last season finale ended with its characters ringing in January 1st, 1980.
What's Taxi?
Phil. Sorry, you're out of time.
And he
Davey or
doesn't
Krista?
know. What's
A
Taxi?
fitting ending for That 70s Show.
Oh, that's 70s
Davey, back to
show.
you.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors,
Rock,
200.
paper, scissors for 200.
You'll want to use paper called kami that's thinner and often 6 inches square for this craft with a Japanese name. Phil.
What is Oregon?
Right.
Let's go facts about World War I for 600, please.
British soldiers during the war were called Tommies, and U.S. soldiers were called by this flowery name. Phil.
What are doughboys?
They were.
Let's go with they come in pairs for 600, please.
Before cell phones, every kid wanted a pair of these rhyming handheld communication devices. Davey.
What are
What
walkie-talkies?
walkie-talkies? Rock, paper,
rock, paper,
scissors for
scissors,
400.
This word for heavy scissors used to cut metal or hair tells you what they do. Davey.
What are shears?
What is
the
shears?
right word.
Rock, paper, scissors,
scissors for 600.
Slate and marble are types of this rock, formed in most cases when its mineral composition changes. Davey.
What's igneous?
Igneous?
No. Phil.
What's metamorphic?
Metamorphic rock is the one that's changed that pulls you back very
Okay,
close
yeah.
to even, Phil. But we're going to have to pause for a second for a quick commercial break. Jeopardy continues in just a minute.
Back in civilian life, I wear a toupee. Even nobody knows. Everybody knows. Go, 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 go.
Nice figure clock shadow.
It's a summer balayage.
It's a toupee.
It's a hair system.
I love your hair system, Wade.
Rated R.
Get peace of mind with your annual Stanley Steamer dryer vent cleaning. We remove lint buildup to reduce the risk of fire and extend the life of your dryer. Plus, your clothes will dry faster too. Your dryer vent isn't clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
I love working with my sons. Where are they?
Today's backyard is so much more. A home office, kitchen, and staycation.
So make yours spectacular with paint. Our unique Armortech process keeps colors rich and they'll stay beautiful for years to come.
You'll never want to leave.
This is Monster Jam. Massive stunts. All-out racing. Crazy skills. Big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam. As big as it gets. Coming to Prudential Center August 2nd and 3rd. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Right now, pet danders, incels, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer Clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Promotional consideration provided by ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
Phil Gatton of Louisville is an IT portfolio director and a musician. So I'm wondering, Phil, in which of those capacities did you collaborate with so many different poets laureate of the Commonwealth of Kentucky?
Yes, in the late 90s, Louisville had this great poetry scene, both spoken and written, and we worked with the Louisville Poets Guild and met several of the current or then present poets laureate, and then slowly but surely the people I worked with wound up becoming poets laureate later.
Wow. So you have friends that became poets laureate.
Yes.
I just like saying poets laureate. Thank you for giving me so many chances. Krista Boyd of St. Paul, Minnesota is a legislative fiscal analyst, married, I'm told, to a glassblower.
Yes, I am married to a glassblower.
What's his deal?
He was a glassblower when we met. It's just he grew up in Toledo, the glass city, and loves it. It runs in his family. And when we got married 20 years ago now this year, we were talking about, things like party favors and things like that for the wedding. I wanted to do chocolates. He had a better idea. He blew about 100 individual goblets, different sizes, different styles, had them set up at our reception, had boxes and packing materials ready, and it's a big hit with all the guests.
Everybody got a homemade goblet by the groom.
Yes.
I love that. Davey Morrison is an actor and screenwriter from Provo, Utah, a quicksand survivor, we know. What other life-threatening obstacles have you overcome to be here today, Davey?
Many. One of them included when I was 8 years old, I was sitting on the windowsill in my bedroom at home, and I leaned back and I fell out the second story of our window.
Oh.
And almost landed on concrete, but instead landed on the little hose mobile that you roll your hose up in, with my head like a couple inches from the ground and my legs sticking up.
Your life was saved by a hose-mobile.
Yes.
Without that hose-mobile, you would not be here today. Well, we'll see what happens to you in your second game. Right now, Phil has control of the board. Pick up your buzzers, everyone. We're back into the game.
Can we do facts about World War I for 800, please?
Sure. Allied troops from this Western Hemisphere country stormed Vimy Ridge in 1917. They took it at a cost of nearly 4,000 men. Davey?
What's France?
What's France?
Krista or Phil? What is Canada?
Canada.
Back to you, Phil.
Okay.
Do they come in pairs for 800, please?
Galileo made a table of probabilities based on a set of 3 of these. But today we more often see them in pairs. It would be a pair of dice.
Pair of
Phil?
dice.
Science missed
Okay.
it by that much for 600, please.
At this 7/16/1945 site, Fermi's guess on bomb yield was off by half. Not bad for tossing paper in the air as the blast wave came. That was the Trinity site.
Trinity
of the
site,
A-bomb test. Phil,
okay.
back to you.
Missed it by that much for 800, please.
Hipparchus of Bithynia calculated this distance at a bit under 2 million miles. 93 million is more like it. Davey?
What's the
What's the
distance from the Earth
distance
to
from
the
the
Sun?
Earth to the
Correct.
Sun? Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, 8.
800.
If you're baking, this alliterative paper will prevent your batter from sticking to the pan. What is parchment paper?
Parchment
Davey?
paper, okay.
They come in pairs too.
They come in pairs with 200.
Before these were tiny headphones, the term referred to little shoots of young corn. Phil,
What are buds?
can you be more specific?
What are
Taste buds.
Oh, that's a shame. Davey.
What are earbuds?
Earbuds.
With earbuds.
That's it.
Pairs 4.
Pairs for 400.
A
Pairs
90
for 400.
pack, that's 45 pairs of these from Bausch & Lomb, should keep things clear for a while. Krista.
What are contact lenses?
Right.
They come in pairs for 1,000.
Up to 7 feet long, the traditional Alaskan type of these are great for walking on deep, dry powder in open country. Krista.
What are snowshoes?
Good for 1,000.
Rock, paper, scissors for 1,000.
With roots going back to 1649, this Finnish company began making its distinctive orange-handled scissors in 1967. Krista.
What are fiskars?
Very good. You had 1,000.
Science missed it by that much for 400.
In the 1860s, John Newlands arranged the 56 known these according to a soon discredited law of octaves. Davey.
What are tones?
What tones?
No. Krista or Phil? Only 56 known elements
56
at the
known
time.
elements.
Krista?
Okay.
Science for 200.
How deep is this? Asks a song standard. A 2010 estimate says 12,080 feet mean depth. So John Murray in 1888 was pretty close at 12,480. How deep is the ocean?
Deep is the ocean.
Krista, 4 clues
Okay.
left.
Science for 1,000.
The top 10 erroneous results from Science News include a 2011 finding that these chargeless particles can outrace light. Krista.
What are neutrons?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Not
Did you hear Phil?
neutrons.
Neutrinos, also
Neutrinos.
chargeless. Krista.
Okay.
World War I for 400.
In 1915, British troops landed at Cape Helles near Gallipoli to try to seize this strait, whose old name may be an easier get. Once the Hellespont, now the Dardanelles. Krista, 2 clues left.
Okay.
World War I for 200.
To confuse and thwart infiltrators, blind alleys with dead ends and zigzag patterns were used as part of constructing these. Phil.
what are trenches?
Right. And the last clue, facts about World War I. To halt the German advance during 1914's First Battle of the Marne, 600 of these transports brought 3,000 French troops to the front.
Nothing.
They were close enough to town to use taxi cabs.
Taxi
All right, that's the end of the
cabs.
Jeopardy
Okay.
round. Phil, you'll select first when we return with Double Jeopardy in just a moment.
So don't let that chip spoil your trip.
Is that a chip?
That happens a lot, but Safeway could have helped. A chip repair is faster, cheaper, and easier than a new windshield. And with your insurance, it's usually free. So don't let that chip spoil your trip. Book today.
If you have heart disease and struggle with LDL-C,
even with statins and a healthy diet,
listen to your heart.
talk to your doctor about Repatha.
Repatha plus a statin lowers LDL-C bad cholesterol by 63% and drops the risk of having a heart attack. Do not take Repatha if you are allergic to it. Repatha can cause serious allergic reactions. Signs include trouble breathing or swallowing or swelling of the face. Most common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site. Talk to your doctor about Repatha.
Are you feeling lucky?
Yes.
So let's play Lucky 13.
That is going to ask you a series of 13 true or false questions. You're about to go one-on-one with Shaquille O'Neal.
Bring it. Stanley originally wanted the Incredible Hulk to be a different color than green.
If you're right, you get $1 million. I have goosebumps.
Lucky 13. New tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu. Back to the Future is now on Broadway.
1955.
If they don't meet, they won't fall in love, they won't get married, and neither you nor your siblings will ever be born.
This is heavy.
Experience the award-winning Best Musical, Back to the Future. Now on Broadway. Get your tickets yesterday.
What does it take to be
the most watched newscast in America?
Operation to capture ISIS fighters. Is this some kind of operation, sir? We're approaching the gate now. Militants came in from 4 or 5 different directions. Operation nuclear reactors. We have a couple loaded and ready to go. The house is destroyed, but the flag, there's not a tear in it. Not a tear. How important is this label right here, Made in the USA? Look at your smile. You're proud of it.
I love it.
Great work.
Hi.
Where are you? Where are you?
Ismael? David.
Yes. I'm David Muir.
I know who you are. I watch you every night.
ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
Sponsored in part by
Prevagen. You might take something for your heart, but do you take something for your brain? In clinical trials, Prevagen improved memory. Prevagen, no prescription required.
When you love your pet like family, you want to feed him like family. That's why every Blue Buffalo recipe is made with the finest natural ingredients. You'll find Blue wherever you buy pet food.
You know, there are 2 daily doubles on the board now in Double Jeopardy, hidden somewhere in these categories. American Rivers up first, followed by a big glass of literary haterade. Then we have anagrammed adjectives, recently on Billboard's Hot 100. Then I'm giving a party, but it's by invitation only. Phil, what strikes your fancy up there?
Let's try American Rivers for 1,200, please.
Answer is a daily double. You don't exactly have any money at the moment, Phil, but you can wager up to 2,000.
Let's do 2,000.
Here's your clue. In American Rivers, the Gila River makes its way from New Mexico to Arizona, meeting this other river at Yuma.
Was Glendale.
What is the Colorado?
That is correct, and you're out of the
Colorado.
Literary haterade for 1,200, please.
Norman Mailer bashed this man's fit, saying, "There is something silly about a man who wears a white suit all the time." Krista.
Who is Truman Capote?
No, I'm sorry. Davey or Phil?
Not Truman Capote.
It's a good guess, but Tom Wolfe also loved a white suit. Back to you, Phil.
Let's do anagrammed adjectives for 1,200, please.
No need to recycle. Bob dried algae. Davey.
What's biodegradable?
Biodegradable.
Anagrammed adjectives,
1,600.
Faultless. Camel bicep. Krista.
She doesn't know.
No response. Davey or Phil? What is impeccable?
Impeccable.
Back to you, Davey.
Okay.
Adjectives,
2,000.
Full of wisdom. Global weekend. Krista.
What is knowledgeable?
That's right.
Billboard's Hot 100 for 1,200.
The answer there is the other daily double. I'll tell you the same thing, Krista. You can wager money you don't have, up to $2,000.
2,000.
Okay. House maximum on recently on Billboard's Hot 100. Luke Combs was kissing on a blonde in a backyard pool and let the wild rumpus start with this song, also a kid's book title.
What is Where the Wild Things Are?
That is correct. You have $2,800.
I'll take I'm giving a party for 1,200.
This ex-New York City mayor gave the Dems big bucks after ending his 2020 campaign. And in 2024,
was Donald
Presidential
Trump.
Medal of Freedom. Phil.
Who's de Blasio?
No, I'm sorry.
Not de Blasio. Was Donald
It
Trump.
was Bloomberg who ran for president. Back to you, Krista.
By invitation only 1,200.
These parties date from 1809, and invitations to dance with and meet the new president are often collectible. Phil.
What are inauguration balls?
Right.
Let's do American Rivers for 1,600, please.
Virginia's largest river is this one, that's been dubbed the Founding River due to its role in American history. Phil.
What's the Potomac?
That's not correct.
Not
Krista.
Potomac.
What is Chesapeake?
Out of time, no.
And
Davey shaking his head. What is the James
Not
River?
just
Back to you, Phil.
Let's do literary haterade for 1,600, please.
Oscar Wilde said there were 2 ways to dislike poetry. 1, just to dislike it. 2, to like this rape of the lock poet. Davey.
Who is Pope?
It is Pope.
Haterade for 800.
Charles Baudelaire gave this Candide author flowers of evil when he called him the king of nincompoops. Krista.
Who is Moliere?
No, that's not correct.
Not
Voltaire?
Moliere. Was
Literary
Voltaire.
Haterade 4.
Literary Haterade for 400.
Nabokov went off on this writer. I read him in the early 40s, something about bells and bulls, and I loathed it. Davey.
Who's Hemingway?
Was Hemingway Haterade for 2000.
2000.
W.H. Auden went in on this 19th century Brit, saying that his wife, also a poet, probably didn't care for him very much. Davey.
Who's Browning?
Was Browning?
Specifically,
Robert.
That's
Robert
correct.
Browning.
Let's see. Anagram adjectives.
Anagram adjectives for 800.
Perplexed. Lewd beer id. Davey.
What's bewildered?
Was bewildered? Adjectives for 400.
Belligerent. Active mob. What is combative?
Combative.
Party
Okay.
for.
Party for 400.
A Rishi Sunakalite, tycoon Mohammed Mansour gave this UK party millions of pounds in 2023. Krista?
Who are the Tories?
Yes, Conservatives.
I'm giving a party for 1600.
Mining company Vedanta has given this current Indian Prime Minister's BJP party billions of rupees. Phil?
Who is Modi?
That's correct. You're back on the plus side.
American Rivers for 2000, please.
Oh.
A source of hydroelectric power for South Carolina, the Catawba River rises in these mountains to the north. Davey.
Oh, or the Blue Ridge Mountains?
You're right.
American Rivers 8.
The Philadelphia Inquirer once dubbed this stately waterway the river that made Philadelphia. We're looking at the Delaware River. Davey?
American Rivers 400.
Washington State has the White River and the river named White, this type of fish that's known to run. Krista.
What is salmon?
Yes.
Billboard's Hot 100 for 1600.
Dua Lipa sang, I come and I go, tell me all the ways you need me. I'm not here for long, catch me or I go this man. Catch me or I go Houdini. Krista?
We'll try Billboard's Hot 100 for 2000.
In what must have been a nice week in 2024 for this rapper, Red Rum and Nina were two of his 14 tunes on the chart. That's 21 Savage. Less than a minute, Krista.
Billboard's Hot 100 800.
Britney Spears praised his recent hit Selfish, but I wouldn't count on seeing the two tour together anytime soon. Phil.
Who is Timberlake?
Yes.
I'm giving a party 800.
In 2023, James Cameron and Lucy Lawless each gave the New Zealand version of this nature protecting party 50,000 New Zealand dollars. Davey.
It's the Green Party?
Yes.
Invitation only 400.
Invitations to his 1761 coronation depicted him seated beside his queen in Westminster Abbey and angels flying above them. Davey?
Who is King George III?
That's right.
Invitation only 800.
Known for cryptic invitations, Apple teased reporters on the event launch of this music device with hint, it's not a Mac. Davey.
What's an iPod?
Yes. We won't have time for the final clues. Davey has an even 13,000, and all three of you are going to be playing in Final Jeopardy, I'm happy to say. Your category today is Famous Women. It's time for you three to start to work on your wagers, and we'll come back with the clue right after.
Type 2 diabetes? Discover the Ozempic Trizone. I got the power of 3. I lowered my A1C, CD risk, and lost some weight.
In studies, the majority of people reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
I'm under 7.
Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as stroke, heart attack, or death in adults also with known heart disease.
I'm lowering my risk.
Adults lost up to 14 pounds.
I lost some weight.
Ozempic isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take Ozempic if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or are allergic to it. Stop Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Gallbladder problems may occur. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Living with type 2 diabetes?
Ask about the power of 3 with Ozempic. We'll be back with Final Jeopardy right after this.
Tonight at 11, Sonia Massey's murder hits home.
Local protesters demanding justice.
Eyewitness News is on the scene with updates.
Plus, a comfy end of the week, but will the pleasant streak last through the weekend? Tracking it all on Android. And Billy Joel's moving out.
The show-stopping surprises at his final Madison Square Garden concert.
Tonight at 11 on Channel 7.
Whoa. You want my 2 cents on interest rates? We got options.
My 2 cents. That's what's priced to sell. My 2 cents? My 2 cents?
My 2 cents? My 2 cents?
questions. Of course. Let's look at your plan.
Dear road rivals, no truck on the road drives value like the Tundra. Day after day, mile after mile, it all adds up to big savings under the hood. What's under yours? Toyota Tundra.
Get 1.99% APR for 48 months plus $1,000 TFS Subvention APR cash on Tundra, or lease one for just $4.99 a month.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Playing Seacrest joints Van and White this weeknights at 7:30
on ABC 7.
The wagers are in. Famous women is the category, and here's the final Jeopardy clue. Adding to her nickname, one legend claimed that earlier in life she was saved from drowning by family friend Mark Twain. 30 seconds. Good luck. Have a nickname about an escape from drowning. We'll start in the middle with Krista Boyd with $1,200. She wrote down, who is Molly Brown? Yes, the unsinkable Molly Brown of Titanic fame. Both she and Twain were from Hannibal, Missouri. She wagered $1,200 and doubles up to $2,400. Phil Gatton had $2,000. Did he think of Molly Brown? Oh no, Harriet Beecher Stowe. So he will lose $500 and now has $1,500. But Davey Morrison, hard to catch today with $13,000. Did he know it was Molly Brown? He's correct. He wagered $512, $13,512 today, and a two-game total now of $29,012. Congrats, Davey. That's it for us on Jeopardy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Civilian life, I wear a toupee. Nobody knows. Everybody knows.